event.
I am so proud to be here to represent this young man and in the local event that's going to take place on Sunday. So I'm really excited to be able to do that. Like I told you earlier, for 34 years I shared the story of Terry Fox with the students of Muskoka. And now I'm helping out with the local run, so it's all good.
I mean, you were telling me the story off there. Before we get to the run, we all know how sort of the run works. Before we get there, though, I want to talk a little bit about that. I know you have a personal connection with this, with Terry Fox and the run. So share a little bit about that story of yours.
Well, you know, so for 34 years, I shared the story of Terry Fox. I mean, he's a young man. He demonstrates all kinds of personal characteristics that we want our children to grow up and have, like compassion, empathy, perseverance. So it really is. But when I remember as a kid growing up, when Terry did his run and he celebrated his 18th birthday in Gravenhurst. And I remember him, there was a big celebration at the arena in Gravenhurst, and the mayor of Gravenhurst at that time presented him with a big box, and in that box was an artificial leg for Terry, and they called it his spare tire. So it was a great celebration, and I mean, the people in Muskoka came out in droves to see this young man.
And that still, like, I mean, you were a kid, you're saying, and that still resonates with you today. I mean, I'm just talking to you. I mean, we could talk for hours. The passion I see that you have for this particular run in his memory is important for you.
Well, it really is, because I have had so many family members, colleagues, friends, and students pass away, and so I shudder to think what would have happened if this young man hadn't have done what he did, hadn't brought a whole nation together, and the research just wouldn't have happened, and we wouldn't be having the success stories that we have today. So I know in my heart that if my mother, who passed away in '76 of breast cancer, if she was alive today and got breast cancer, I know that she would be a survivor. Just because of the technology and the advancements that have been made because of the Terry Fox Foundation, because they are a passionate group of individuals down there, and all of the money that we raise during these Terry Fox runs, it all goes to research, innovative research, and they are really selective about the projects that the money is given to. So like I said earlier, anybody who comes out to this run and participates, I know that you're going to walk away and you're going to have an extra spring in your step. Your heart is going to be a little bit larger, and you're going to feel really good because you have done something at the run by supporting Terry Fox. You have done something to help us with this fight against cancer.
And you know, there's a sense of pride in that as well. I mean, I know for me, Terry Fox for me is an important event through school, even to now, and it's embedded for me that it is an important event that you should support. So it's a sense of pride, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And I want to just give a shout out to all of the local schools, because they do a tremendous job sharing, because I know, like, the students now, they have no idea who Terry Fox was. They weren't alive when he was born, but here we are, 38 years later. 38 years, that's three groups of 10 and 8 little ones.
That's right.
Can you believe it? 38 years later, and we're still having Terry Fox runs. This guy, a legacy, an absolute legacy, and he didn't quit. Perseverance, I mean, it's just, oh, I'm just so excited about it.
You know,
he's a great, like a Canadian. He's a great Canadian.
A great Canadian hero for sure, that has extended even internationally as well. I mean, we were discussing this off air as well, that it's worldwide people come out.
It is, and a lot of the Canadian embassies around the world will promote the run, okay? I have a world map. I made up a world map, and on the world map are all of the destinations where the Terry Fox run took place. And I'll put that map, and I'll have that map over at the run site on Sunday at the Huntsville High School, just outside. I'll have that. I'll also have About 34 T-shirts I have that I'll lay out for people to see, and they can reminisce about, oh, I have that T-shirt, or oh, I have this T-shirt.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it'll be good.
So let's talk about this run. As you said, it's on Sunday. You are looking for some volunteers now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We are not in desperate need, but we would be more than happy if there's anybody out there that would like to volunteer in some sort of way. You can get a hold of me, okay, and I'll give you my number or my email address later. They can get a hold of me, and I can put them in the right direction. But we are still, I know, in need of people that maybe to man a water station, to help with the run itself, because this event doesn't happen without volunteers.
Right.
And the community has to come together and help support it.
And I mean, if you really think about it, Terry was the ultimate volunteer, right?
He was, and like I said, I shudder to think what would have happened if this young man hadn't thought of others and started his run and inspired a whole nation to come together for a common cause.
Well, I'm excited just talking with you about it. The enthusiasm I hear from you, and I'm sure other people as well. But in the meantime, people can contribute in many ways. So I have this year's T-shirts, right?
Yeah, it's a great
really
T-shirt,
cool.
and Melissa, they're going like hotcakes. You can purchase them at the Bank of Nova Scotia in the mall, and on the back, I love the back. Because
cool.
On the back it's got courage. So of course I bought one for myself and one for my dog. So Hudson, so he can wear that. So that's great. You can do that. You can also go online, and if you just type in www.terryfox.org, and then you can select your run site.
Okay.
So it's Ontario, it's Huntsville, and you can go on and then make your pledge. You can also get pledge sheets. There's posters all around town. You could pick up a pledge sheet and have it filled out and bring it over to the run site. And all we ask is that when you come over, to make sure you go into the high school cafeteria and register.
Okay.
Even if you've made your donation online, please still come in and register, because we will need to phone in at the end of the run, you know, how much money we've collected, but also how many participants. And so that's why it's really important, because sometimes people will pledge online, but they still need to come in so that we've got that number as somebody that has come to the run site.
Okay, and I guess just my last question to round out our conversation this evening or today, talk about just the one thing you hope people take away from this on Sunday.
Like I said earlier, I just hope that when people come to participate, when they walk away, they're gonna feel good about themselves, because they have made a difference. Whether you've collected $1 or $5 or $10, it doesn't really matter. It's all about coming and helping to know that you have made a difference and you have contributed to finding a cure for cancer. And like I said, as a parent, you don't have a better role model than Terry Fox to bring your kids to and to talk to them about some of his character ed traits. So I hope so. Sunday morning, 8 o'clock registration at the high school, and the event starts at 9 o'clock. There'll be an opening ceremony. O Canada. Whether you bike, we'll let the bikers go, and then the walkers will do a warm up. Motivations will be there to do a warm up with us, and yeah, it's going to be fun. And when you come back from that walk, run, or jog, we've got some breakfast paraphernalia for you. So bananas and water,
Lovely.
and some to give you some energy for the rest of the day.